Hello viewers, in this part of our program of soil reaction and chemical properties, I would tell you about the soil reaction and its effect on chemical properties. Soil reaction is measured in terms of soil pH on the scale 0 to 14. At pH below 7, the soil reaction is acidic. At pH 7, it is neutral, and above pH 7, it is basic. As we know that soil pH is the single most important factor determining the nutrient availability in the soil. There are both pH dependent and pH independent charges on the soil colloids that decides the cation exchange capacity of the soil. Now we start the importance of pH in the soil. pH is useful in determining the availability of plant nutrients. It influences the availability in toxic amounts of minerals and elements that may reduce crop growth. At low pH, iron and manganese are present in toxic amounts in soil. pH influences the population and activities of beneficial microbes. Now, soil pH. Soil pH measure hydrogen ion activity in the soil solution. pH is the negative log of the hydrogen ion concentration in the soil water solution. The pH scale is how we measure acidity and alkalinity of solutions. At neutral pH 7, the number of hydrogen and hydroxyl ions are equal. Remember, at pH of 6, there are 10 times more hydrogen ions than at pH 7, and there are 100 times more hydrogen ions between pH 7 and pH 5. So where do hydrogen and hydroxyl ions come from? Hydrogen and hydroxyl ions come from the dissociation of water molecules. Water molecules that are the two hydrogen and one oxygen atoms split to form negative hydroxyl ions that are alkaline and the positive hydrogen ions that are acidic in nature. Now this is example of soil where acid hydrogen ions are 10 and base hydroxyl ions are 6. So there is net 4 positive hydrogen ions causing the acidic reaction in the soil. In this second example, there are 10 hydrogen ions that is acidic and the base ions hydroxyl ions are 15. So there are 5 more base ions hydroxyl ions causing the basic reaction in the soil. This is the soil pH scale. pH of soil decreases as hydrogen ion concentration increases in the soil. At 0.0001 gram hydrogen per kg soil will have pH of 4. The change of hydrogen ion to 0.001 gram per kg soil, pH will go to 3. It means pH when decrease from 4 to 3, there is more acidic condition in the soil. The pH increases as hydrogen ion decreases in the soil. At 0.000001 gram hydrogen ion per kilogram soil will have pH of 7. Change of hydrogen to 0.0000001 gram hydrogen per kilogram soil, pH will go to 8. It means the pH when increase, the soil become more alkaline. This is the soil pH effects on soil properties. Availability of most essential and non-essential elements depends upon the soil pH of the soil. Activity of microorganisms depends on the soil pH. pH between 5.5 to 6.5 enhance nitrification and organic matter decomposition in the soil. Ability of soil to hold cations largely depends upon the soil pH. As pH decreases, soil exchange sites get saturated with hydrogen and aluminum ions. Cations like potassium, calcium and magnesium come off exchange sites and may leach out of the soil. So pH largely decides the nutrient availability of the soil. The nutrients are more available in the neutral reaction when the pH decreases or increases from this neutral side, the availability of some nutrients increases and the others increases depending upon the pH of the soil. So the availability of nutrients largely depend on the pH of the soil. The micronutrients availability increase when the pH is decreased, whereas the most of the nutrients availability is at the neutrality point in the soil. This is the picture showing relation between pH and nutrient availability in the soil. The nitrogen availability in the soil is most at in between 6 to 7 pH, and as the pH decreases from 5.5 and increases above 8, the nitrogen availability start decreasing in the soil. The phosphorus availability also start decreasing below pH 5.5 and above 8, but after 8.5 the phosphorus availability again start increasing. The potassium is available in between 5 to 7.5 and below this range it start decreasing. The calcium availability in soil start increasing after 7.5 pH. The magnesium availability also high in between 5.5 to 7.5, and as the pH decreases, the magnesium availability start decreasing. The sulfur availability start decreasing after 7.5 pH. This is the relationship between soil pH and micronutrient availability in the soil. It shows that the most of the micronutrient availability in the soil, that is manganese, zinc, iron and aluminium, is increased below pH 5.5, and as the pH increases, the micronutrient availability decreases, whereas the molybdenum availability start increasing after pH 7.5. The boron availability is high in between 5.5 to 6.5, and the copper availability is high in between 5 to 7. Now, ion adsorption and exchange capacity in the soil. The capacity of a soil to adsorb and exchange ion is due to the net charges of soil colloids. Soil colloids are clays and organic matters. The cation exchange capacity is due to the presence of a net negative charge which attracts positively charged ions, for example calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium, ammonium, aluminium and hydrogen, and is reversible, both ionizable, that is pH dependent, and isomorphous substitution, that is pH independent, imparts cation exchange capacity to clays. As pH increases, cation exchange capacity also tends to increase. Total cation exchange capacity of the soil is dependent upon the amount of these sources and also upon the surface area of clays exposed, means lower when they clump shut. So, the cation exchange capacity of soil depends upon the clay colloids and the pH of the soil. There are pH dependent and pH independent both type of charges in the soil, and the cation exchange capacity depends on the net negative charges of the soil. Now, this is the sources of charges on clays. First is pH dependent and second is pH independent. The pH dependent charges are ionization of hydrogen from hydroxyl ions on clay surfaces. Higher pH means more ionization of hydrogen. Second is protonation of hydrogen ions. Develop a positive charge due to protonation as pH decreases, causes pH dependent charges in the soil. The pH independent charges that are permanent charges are due to the isomorphous substitution, the replacement of one atom by another of similar size but not necessarily the same valence in a crystal structure without disrupting or seriously changing the structure is called isomorphous substitution. Substitution of aluminium for silica in the tetrahedral layer of clays are there, and substitution of magnesium for aluminium in the octahedral layer of clays are there in isomorphous substitution. Now these are the pH dependent charges. First, negative charges. The pH dependent charges are associated primarily with hydroxyl groups on the edges and surfaces of the inorganic and organic colloids. The hydroxyl groups are attached to iron and aluminium in the inorganic colloids and to the carbon in carboxyl groups in humus. Under moderate acid conditions, there is little or no charge on these particles, but as the pH increases, the hydrogen dissociates from the colloid hydroxyl group and net negative charge results. The positive charges under moderate to extreme acidic soil conditions, some silicate clays and iron aluminum oxides may exhibit net positive charges. The exposed hydroxyl groups are involved. In this case, however, as the soils become more acidic due to protonation, the attachment of hydrogen ions to the surface hydroxyl groups takes place. So, when the pH decreases due to protonation, there is less negative charges, and below pH 5 there is sometime net positive charges are there. That these net positive charges cause the anion exchange capacity of the soil. pH dependent charges are on edges of clay colloids. At low pH in kaolinites humus, these hydrogen bonds tightly with oxygen, so there is less exchange sites causing the lower nutrient availability in these kaolite and humus clays at low pH. At low pH, there are pH dependent charges in silicate clays, that is kaolinite. As pH decreases due to protonation, there is net positive charges increases. In first example, there is net surface charges of -3 at pH 7. When pH decreases to 5.5, there is net surface charges is -1, and when pH decreases further to 4, the net surface charges is +1, that is positive charges due to protonation. This causes the anion exchange capacity of the soil. Organic matter are responsible for pH dependent cation exchange capacity in the soil. At lower pH, the sites are protonated, therefore there is no cation exchange capacity in the soil. When the pH start increasing due to deprotonation, the cation exchange sites are available, and in this diagram the potash is adsorbed on the clay sites. This is the unit of cation exchange capacity. The unit of cation exchange capacity is centimole charge, the centimole of unbalanced charge. Centimoles of charge refers to charge. So, for example, 1 centimole of calcium has 2 centimole of charges, whereas 1 centimole of potassium has 1 centimole of charges. For example, if cation exchange capacity is 10 centimole charge per kg soil, it means soil adsorbed 10 centimoles of hydrogen ions, and it can exchange with 10 centimole of potassium or 5 centimole of calcium. It means these are the number of charges, not number of ions. This picture shows that the organic matter has highest cation exchange capacity in the soil as compared to clay crystals. The 1:1 type clays has lowest cation exchange capacity as compared to the 2:1 clay type crystals. Now, anion exchange and adsorption. Anions are the negatively charged ions. For example, sulfate, nitrate, phosphates, chlorides, etc. They are not held on cation exchange sites. Anion exchange sites are positively charged sites or Lissand exchange sites. Anion exchange sites are highest occur in amorphous silicate clays. Anion exchanges are generally low. There is low pH relates to high anion exchange capacity values. Means if the pH of soil is low, the anion exchange capacity will be high. This is the example of percent acid saturation. In percent acid saturation calculation, The acidic cations that are aluminum and hydrogen in centimole per kg soil divided by cation exchange capacity of soil gives the percent acid saturation. The acid charges in this example are 14, the CC is 26, so the resulting acid saturation is 53.8%. In this another example, the base cations are sodium, potassium, magnesium and calcium. When these exchangeable bases are divided by cation exchange capacity of soil, it gives percent base saturation. In this example, the base charges are 12, the cation exchange capacity of soil is 26, resulting into the percent base saturation of 46.2%. This is the example of percent acid saturation. The acid cations are aluminum and hydrogen. These acid cations are divided by cation exchange capacity of soil gives the percent acid saturation. In this example, the acid charges are 14 and the cation exchange capacity is 26, so the percent acid saturation is 53.8%. In this another example, there is calculation of percent base saturation. The base cations are sodium, potassium, magnesium and calcium. These exchangeable bases are divided by cation exchange capacity of soil gives the percent base saturation of soil. In this example, the base charges are 12 whereas the exchange capacity is 26 and it gives the percent base saturation of 46.2%. Now comes to soil buffering capacity. It is the tendency of soil to resist change of the pH of the soil solution. This resistance is termed as soil buffering. Soils have different buffering capacities. Generally, higher the cation exchange capacity of soil, greater the buffering capacity of the soil. Buffering capacity indicates dynamic equilibrium of soil solution. Changes of all types tends to be resisted by the system. So soil buffering capacity means if we add the basic or acidic salts in the soil, the pH tends to resist in the change of the soil pH. It is the buffering capacity of soil. Due to this, the soil resists the change in the soil reaction. Now what's soil buffering? With these examples, we would understand the soil buffering. At pH 6 in this example, there is equilibrium between solution and the colloids and the resulting soil pH is 6. When we add the lime into the soil, the pH of soil solution initially increases due to the addition of lime in the soil solution. So the pH has increased up to 7. But as the hydrogen ions removed from the exchange sites and comes in the soil solution, the soil pH again comes down to the 6.5. It means the soil is resisting in the change of its pH. This is called soil buffering. So soil reaction is an indication of acidity or basicity of the soil. As we know that soil pH is the single most factor affecting the nutrient availability in the soil. It also influences several chemical and physical properties of the soil.